Hi, it's Ray here. Good to see you. Today I want to make a little video, actually I don't know how long this is going to take, on the Neewer, I think it's pronounced, camera slider. Actually, to be specific as it's advertised, the Neewer camera slider video track dolly rail stabilizer 31-inch flywheel counterweight with light carbon fiber adjustable legs carry bag DSLR camera camcorder track for filming. So we're going to take a look at it today, and I'm going to tell you how I set it up and how I use it. It comes in this nice carry bag, so let's open it up. Zippers, and this is what it looks like. It also has this little zipper pouch here with a couple of items in it, so we'll pull those out and just some paperwork. So we might as well take that off. Let's take the slider out. Oh, before we do that, we should undo these little Velcro straps. Okay, we'll get rid of the bag awkwardly. So first of all, it has these little legs, and they pull out like that. The little knob here, and there we go. I'm gonna scratch my table up. Same thing on this side. There we go. And so, I'm sure these won't be even. You'll notice that there is a bulb level here. So that's good. And right here, we have a little knob that locks down the slider unit there. Now, it comes with this little handle here for the flywheel, but I'll tell you right away, because I've already used this. It comes with a little spacer here, and the knob handle, whatever you want to call it, fits on like so. So just to illustrate that, there we have it. And that supposedly is what you would move the slider back and forth with. However, I don't use this, so I'll take it off. And what I do is I much prefer to slide this back and forth. But before I get onto this, I also bought this little Neewer ball head. So let me open that up. Now this is not a bad little ball head. It's not as precise as, say, my FLM, but for $50, I really don't think you can beat this. The ball head has 3 knobs on it. One to, of course, adjust the ball, and then another one to adjust the pressure on the ball, and then also this one here for panning. And it also has measurements and everything that you really need in a ball head, and it's certainly plenty good enough for this. And actually, I've been using it for my overheads as well. That's actually what I bought it for, but so it doubles for my overheads and also for this slider. So you can see the movements are fairly smooth here. These are carbon fiber rods, and they seem as good as any other carbon fiber rods that I've seen. No issues there, and it runs pretty smoothly. So rather than using that handle to move this back and forth, And if you do, you don't get smooth glides, not in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, if you try to use that handle, the glides are not smooth, they're jerky. So the better way to go about it is to actually move this by hand. And then you can get a much smoother glide. Works much better. And the other thing that I find is absolutely essential at the same time as moving this glider by hand is to film in slow motion. So with the cameras that I have, that restricts me to 1080p, but then I can shoot with the Nikon Z6 camera, I can shoot at 1080p 120 frames per second, and then of course retime it to 20%, which then gives me the appropriate slow motion speed. So again, whether you're moving this back and forth with the flywheel, which I don't recommend, or by hand, you're going to get a much better slide, much smoother using slow motion. So obviously this is not a $1,000 motorized slider, and so it is what it is. But for $150 Canadian, I've been very happy with the results that I've been getting, using it for both horizontal as well as vertical slides. And I should say that obviously you're going to get much smoother slides vertically if you're sliding downwards. So again, and the reason why is because if you're pushing up, it's much harder than letting gravity do the work. The rubber band, or whatever you call these things, looks adequate, but remember, do not crimp. And the whole action is very smooth. I've only used it indoors so far, but I see no reason why anything should be any different outdoors. Obviously, if you're going to tripod mount this, the more solid the tripod, the better. And I actually don't have a tripod that is ultimately solid enough for a slider, but it does have good mounts on the underside, this main mount here, and it's also threaded on the ends here. So I actually use two tripods for it. I have a ratty little old tripod. It's probably my first tripod from God knows how many years ago, and so I use that for a little bit of stabilization on the other side. This is a real budget option for a slider, and ultimately, as I said, it works very well. Let's face it, this YouTube video log can get pretty expensive, and so you have to, cut some corners somewhere. But I really don't think at the end of the day, going on the results that I'm getting from this slider, that really it is that much of a compromise. So there you have it, the Neewer budget camera slider. And if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to be notified of my upcoming videos. We'll see you later. Take care of yourselves.
I will give this a try to Neewer, Neewer,